I'm in shock right now. A house stage. Hey guys, today we're going to talk about the EDC lineup 2020. So welcome back to Aura Live. Hi, thanks for joining me and thanks for watching. If you're new here, hello, I'm Ash and my channel is all about self-care, bucket list, course, raves, and festival content. And we're gonna really get into it today because it's one of my favorite times of year. It's EDC lineup drop and it's also time to get ready for EDC. This is my first lineup video, guys, and I'm a little, we're gonna see how this goes. A slight disclaimer. This is my second EDC. I went to EDC last year. I do have some videos of my vlogs and my experiences for that. But I will say that I am by no means an expert of EDC Las Vegas. There's so many other content creators out there, and I do encourage you, if this is your first time and you want some tips and tricks around the festival and how to navigate and what to bring, make sure that you check those people out. Emma Capotes has a huge EDC Las Vegas playlist that she has on her channel. It seriously helped me to get prepared for EDC Las Vegas, and I know that Vibe with Aid has also been to EDC. Cotton Candy also has a lot of videos there, so make sure that you check those out for sure. I will say that this year I'm definitely a lot more prepared, even though my last year for my first experience I was very much well studied. I watched videos, I looked up articles, I did my homework, as you will, and I made sure that I had all the essentials. But you don't really understand what it's like and what you're gonna need and how you would do it and tailor it to your experience to make the best experience for you until you actually go. So this year I do feel a little bit more prepared, and I know kind of how I wanna prep for it. So I'll take you along with that process with me on that journey. But if you have any questions about the festival, or if there's something missing that you would like to know, I'd be more than happy to create a video for that. And I'm also going to be doing a little series around my DIYs for EDC because I love to DIY a lot of things. And also me as a rave mom, the rave mom of my family, how I like to get everything scheduled and ready to go for the rave fam to make sure that we have the best EDC week possible. A lot of exciting new developments and things about EDC overall before we jump into the lineup. So Pasquale had announced that he's going to be able to get free access to all of the space in the Speedway. They're able to remove some of the attachments that are usually there in the Speedway for RVs. So that will open up even more space for him to set up all of the stages, which means that we're gonna just have so much space to explore and see things. In addition, that means that we have space for another stage, and the stage is called Skylab. It's gonna be a new stage. It's a new house dedicated stage. Guys, I was shook. Insert my reaction.
A house stage? Holy.
So I am so excited. I've been told by my mom, who, yes, my mom raised with me. She said that she is going to be posted up at Skylab and she's not moving. That's how serious she is. So we in the Chicago fam, we are so excited about Skylab. That is probably I had no words. No words at all. We're also going to be getting a new Circuit Ground stage, which Circuit Grounds, that stage is so beautiful. I can't even imagine how gorgeous it's going to be now, and he's going to have more space to play with, so that's going to be awesome. Neon Garden is also getting a new stage. So the years that I've gone, Neon Garden did not have a roof on the top, but it typically does have a roof from past stages that I saw before that. And people were a little disappointed in that. So now he's kind of bringing that enclosed warehouse vibe to Neon Garden, which I think is a great setting for techno and some house. So I definitely am excited to go see Neon Garden as well. And for all of my bass heads, Bass Pod, they said this is the last year for bass pod. So for that set design, or for that stage design, and then in 2021 it's going to be a completely new stage. So those are some of the developments. Now before I get into the lineup, let me just say, if you aren't excited about everyone that's on this lineup, you know, there's so many different ways to look at it. First off, I'm shook. Like, I think this lineup is hot. There are so many names. There's going to be so many conflicts for me, and there's going to be so many new people that I'm exposed to, even though there were a few people that I thought were missing. Like, I thought possibly Cascade would be back just because they had to cancel his set because of the weather last year. But let me just say this. If your one DJ isn't there, there's going to be somebody, anybody that collabs with that DJ there, and you never know, they may pop up and do a special appearance, or the person that they collabed with more than likely has the same vibe and the same sound that you're going for. So for instance, CID is on the lineup, and they work with Cascade all the time, so I'm still going to be able to get those vibes. Some of Cascade's music is still going to get played. It's not going to be in the world. You'll definitely see them again at another festival. So I just want to say that before we get into the lineup, to really open your mind and open your horizons when you think about this. So without further ado, I am going to walk through the lineup with you. These are my recommendations. I will say that the Midwest, we tend to get the same DJs over and over again with our festivals, and that doesn't leave a lot of room for explorations. And it's one of the reasons why I've been pushing to get out of the Midwest and experience more festivals and raves around the country. So for me, going to EDC is like one of the perfect places to really explore and see someone that you've never seen before. A lot of these acts that I'm gonna recommend, I may not have necessarily seen, but I'm excited to see them. They've been on my list. I listen to them in my everyday life, but I haven't necessarily seen them live. So that's why this year I'm even more excited to see how my music tastes are gonna change. And then at the end, I'm gonna do a little special segment, and I'm gonna share with you my Rave fam top picks. All right, so Friday, 2 equals 1, that's Timmy Trumpet and WNW. I'm really excited to see Timmy again. I saw him last year at EDC and he was a whole vibe. Mom surprised me, she loved Timmy. And I didn't get a chance to see WNW last year, unfortunately. I think there was a conflict with something else. So to be able to see them kind of come together as a group, I think that would be really, really dope. Anna is definitely kind of a force within the techno community, and I've heard good things. Some of my Rave fam has seen Anna at EDC Orlando, so we're definitely putting her on our list. Boris Buja, he is a European techno artist, and everyone this year is really, really excited to see him because he doesn't do a lot of festivals in the US, so definitely gonna be on the list. I believe he is playing in Neon Garden, which is gonna be a whole vibe, so I'm definitely down with that. Camelphat, I still haven't seen Camelphat. I know that sounds crazy, but I haven't seen them live. I missed their set last year. I just could not stay past 3 on one of the days, and I had FOMO because after that I heard like everyone was watching them on the live stream back home and they were just obsessed. CID, definitely want to see CID. They collab with Cascade often, and since Cascade isn't on this lineup, I still would be able to get those kind of Cascade vibes. Diplo, back-to-back MK. Now MK, I've been wanting to see MK for a long time. I've seen Diplo. I saw Diplo at EDC last year. It was a good set. Not necessarily the highlight of my weekend, but he was a good time, so I would definitely see him again. And I've been wanting to see MK, so that is a must. That is a no miss for me. I've been pretty much saying all over the interwebs and with my Rave fam that I've been wanting to see Dobreski this year, that was my goal. So I am definitely not missing his set at all. So that I'm so excited about. Dom Diablo, I haven't seen a full set of his. I would love to see a full set. I think I like walked into EDC and caught a little bit of his set, but I would definitely go see him. Eli Brown. So I don't really know a lot about Eli Brown. I've heard him here and there. I know Vibe with 8 has mentioned him as a really good house artist. House just has a special place in my heart. I love house so much. It's my top genre, so I would definitely take a look at him. Giuseppe is a trance artist. I would definitely see Giuseppe in Quantum Valley, so that is a must. Golf Slap, I've heard good things about Golf Slap, that he's a good time. Loud Luxury, I love Loud Luxury. There was a conflict last year. I believe they were at EDC, so I didn't get a chance to see them, but I would definitely see them if it doesn't conflict with anything else. They always have like just a really good kind of pop house sound to them, so definitely a good pick. Nicky Romero, Nicky Romero, I've been listening to him forever, probably since 2010, and I've never seen him live, but I would definitely see him live as well. Noizu, guys, when I was watching the EDC Orlando live stream, I seriously was listening to his set, and that was kind of my FOMO moment. Like, I was freaking out. I couldn't believe that I wasn't able to go because he was throwing down, and all of my rave fam that was down there, they told me that that his set was a highlight of the weekend. Omnom, never seen Omnom, but definitely would be open to seeing him. And Phantoms. I love Phantoms. Phantoms always gives me the feels. It's house, it's a little pop, but it's like, they have some like deep house vibes to it a little bit, and it's just like, it just gives me the feels. I love Phantoms, and I've been wanting to see them on a lineup. Everyone's gonna be excited about Seven Lions. I'm not a Seven Lions necessarily person. I will admit I haven't seen him live, so that might change my mind, but I feel like he's one of the things that is on the list. Like, I have to see him. Like, it's just gonna be, I have to see him. I have to say that I see him. So either way, I'm either gonna see him in his own Seven Lions set, or I'm really interested to see him possibly on Saturday, and I'll tell you why in a sec. Side Piece, I'm really excited about Side Piece. That's Nitty Gritty and Party Favors, kind of house alias. And I haven't heard a whole lot of music from them. I think there's like 2 songs out right now, but I'm really feeling the vibe. Solardo, I saw Solardo back-to-back Idris Elba. Yes, I said Idris Elba last year. I'll put an eye up here from the vlog from that, and it was the first EDC set that I saw, and let me tell you, it just kicked off the vibe so good. It was probably the best decision I made to go see that set first. It was just like a good classic house vibe. It was at Neon Garden, so I got that like warehouse feel, and it was great. And I also love Solardo that they have kind of an old school house vibe on some of their songs. So they did like a remix of Marshall Jefferson's song Move Your Body that I've been banging to lately on my personal playlist. So I'm just excited. Like, I'm excited to see them for sure. Chami, I've never seen a Chami set. I would definitely like to go. My girl Gabby is probably gonna drag me to see Chami, so that's definitely on the list. And Zed. Guys, I love Zed. Zed is a must. Zed is someone that I never ever miss. If he's ever in Chicago, I go see him. If he's at a festival, I go see him. He's on my list. I think the biggest thing for me about Zed is I just love his visuals. It's such an interactive experience. I believe Zed's gonna be at Cosmic Meadow this year, so the visuals are gonna be sick. And you know, if you haven't seen Zed, I'll put an eye up here of some of the vlogs that I've done before, and probably some B-roll of just what I've seen of his, but I love Zed. You know, a lot of people think he's too mainstream, but I really enjoy him, and I'm definitely gonna go see him. For Saturday, Abrexis is kind of the first person that I am seeing on this list. Abrexis is the collab with Seven Lions, and I believe it is Demibu. I might have gotten that wrong. I'm sorry if I'm butchering these names, but basically it's his trance Alias with this other group. And I've really been getting into trance this year. It's one of the things that I'm really excited about, and I'm especially excited to spend more time in Quantum Valley this year to see some of those artists. So I definitely feel like that's one of the special sets that'll be going on in Quantum Valley, and I don't want to miss it. Alan Walker, I love Alan Walker. I haven't seen him live, so I feel like that's just one of those things that I need to like check off the box. His Faded Tiesto Deep House mix, that is one of those songs that never gets old. It never gets old. I can pop that on and listen to it over and over again and never get tired of it. ELYSA, I caught a little bit of ELYSA last year at Kinetic Field. If there aren't any conflicts, I would love to see his set all the way through because I kind of caught the end of the vibes and I'd like to see kind of that progression. Andrew Rayel, Anna Lengle, definitely. I would love to see Anna Lengle. Carl Mother Cox? Guys, Carl Cox at EDC? I mean, without a question, I'm going to see it. I'm going to see him here in a few weeks in March, but I mean, from what I know, again, this is only my second year of EDC, but from what I know, Carl Cox never plays EDC. It is a rarity. So the fact that he's on this lineup, I mean, I'm a little worried because that might be one of the one sets that's kind of overcrowded, but I'm going. If we gotta pop a squat, get up front, whatever, we're going to see Carl Cox for sure. Galantis, I love Galantis. They just make me so happy. I've seen them, I think like twice now in Chicago. They just make me just feel good. Like I just always have a good time when I go see Galantis. They're coming to Chicago in a couple weeks. I do plan on going. So, you know, more than likely I will see Galantis at EDC because I just have a feeling. It's like one of those things, like even if you've seen someone, to see them at EDC is a whole nother experience because the sets that they play at EDC are on steroids. And sometimes it's just like, you're like, what? It's like a completely different sound versus some of the other smaller festivals. So it's possible I would see them, but it all, again, depends on if there's conflicts. Line Bluestone. You know I'm a part of the Ajuna fam. I love me some Ajuna beats, some Ajuna deep, all of the feels, all of the artists. I've been listening to Elon for a while now. I'm definitely gonna pop up at Quantum. Jason Ross, also gonna be at Quantum Valley. So again, we're gonna be at Quantum for a good amount of time. Jaws, back-to-back Oliver Heldens. These back-to-backs are insane, guys. Like, I was completely shocked. My heart was racing just from the back-to-backs that I saw in this lineup. I haven't seen Jaws, but everyone talks about Jaws, that kind of bass house sound, and you know, I love house, so I'd definitely give it a try. Oliver Heldens, I saw him briefly at Spring Awakening this past year. I caught half of his set and I loved what I was hearing, but I would definitely want to go see him again. And he's playing a couple of different times over the weekend, which is really nice. That's another thing that I do like about EDC, that sometimes the same artist will play multiple nights. So if you have a conflict with an artist on one day, then you might be able to catch them on another of those days to kind of check it off the list. So you don't feel like you're missing out. You're still gonna get to see that person. Cashmere, giving me the whole Dutch house vibes. We love Dutch house. Me and my rave fam, we love Dutch house. Martin Garrix, again, love Martin Garrix. Would definitely see him again. Tiesto, definitely want to see Tiesto. Again, I saw him last year at EDC. His sets at EDC are amazing. I've seen him at Spring Awakening and I can just tell a difference. I can really tell a difference in his sets at EDC. They're just like more heightened. Yellow Claw, we're definitely gonna be seeing Yellow Claw. Young Bae, it has shocked me. I didn't even know who Young Bae is. I created a playlist for my rave fam on Spotify and we're using that as a way for us to expose ourselves to new music. And one of the things that one of my rave fam members posted on there was some Young Bae tracks, and I'm liking what I'm hearing. It's definitely giving me like the old school house kind of disco vibes, so I definitely am putting him on my list for sure. All right, so that's Saturday. Let's move on. So Sunday, Afrojack, back-to-back Rehab? What? Like, guys, first off, if you don't already know, Afrojack is like, you know, you always have that one artist that you will support full throttle, like loyal. I have, you know, a handful. I would say Afrojack's on that list, Cascade is on that list, Above and Beyond is on that list, and Zed is on that list. I will always never miss those. And there's probably others that I cannot think of right now, but for sure, Afrojack was the very, very first rave set that I've ever seen. The very first rave that I went to at Navy Pier in 2010. I had just graduated college, and I did not know what I was getting into. It's actually where I got my first piece of candy. It was a whole vibe, but like Afrojack really got me back into the scene because I had always been listening to EDM music since I was growing up. I grew up on house music, but that was my first set. So he just has like a nostalgia for me. Like I cannot not see him. I cannot not see him. He's a protege for Rehab. So having them together, similar vibe, similar sound, and there is this clip on YouTube, look it up, of them doing a back-to-back set, and it's not one of those where they play a song and then the other person plays a song and they just switch. It's a full-on, like, mixed up, like, experience extravaganza, heightened energy. Like, go check that clip out. I think you just like have to put in like Afrojack back-to-back Rehab and it will pop up on here. And I am so ready for the vibe. Cosmic Gate, again, Quantum come through. Cosmic Gate, I've been wanting to see them for so long and I missed them at EDC Orlando, so I'm so excited for Cosmic Gate. I'm just interested to see Darren Styles because, well, one thing, we really want to like focus on spending some time at Wasteland this year just to get the overall experience and really experience hardstyle and happy hardcore and all of that because we haven't really exposed ourselves to that. And I follow Cotton Candy and that's her favorite like artist of all time. So I would just be interested to like hear Darren Styles and see if it's something that I could vibe with too. Dom Dula, I've seen Dom Dula now 2 times. I saw him at the Corona stage at EDC Las Vegas last year, and I just happened to walk up on him after we saw Chris Lake, and guys, like, it was a vibe. It's probably one of my favorite sets that surprised me on day 3. And then I saw him again at Spring Awakening, and that was when I was at the festival by myself. I was waiting for some friends to show up, and I had such a good time. Like, I mean, so far he has not disappointed me in the 2 times that I've seen him, so I would definitely see him again. Of course, we have Green Velvet. Green Velvet is the house, the father of techno. Green Velvet is, again, I will add Green Velvet to that list of you will not miss Green Velvet. Green Velvet is a legend. I saw him twice this past year. I saw him a little bit at EDC, but then I saw him a full set here in Chicago at the Concord Music Hall. I'll put a card up here so you can kind of see. Probably one of the best times that I've ever had. So I definitely had said before this lineup dropped that I hope that he would be back because one of his sets was canceled because of the weather last year. So I'm definitely going to see Green Velvet on Sunday. Knife Party was one of those for me that like was a happy discovery. Like when I first saw this lineup, it didn't really stand out to me, but then I started to comb through my playlist and I'm like, oh yeah, Knife Party, like I love Knife Party. The thing is, when I am listening to my music, I just go based off of sound. Sometimes it's different genres and like my playlists are mixed in, and a lot of times I don't even realize who is the actual artist on the record. So it's been fun for me a lot of times when I am creating these EDC lists or these EDC playlists that I'll go back in and I'll search and I'll check to see like is this person in my playlist already? And 9 times out of 10, these people are already in my playlist. So it's actually a fun new discovery. Louisa Child, I haven't seen Louisa Child, but I really want to see Louisa Child. I just have a feeling that would be one of those sets where it just make you happy and get you in the mood. Patrick Topping. Guys, if you don't know who Patrick Topping is and you are a house music person, meaning you really know your stuff when it comes to house music, make sure you check out Patrick Topping. He has that like classic Chicago house sound. You know, Chicago house really sounds like it has like a disco sound to it, but it also has kind of like a gospel. A lot of times they'll take gospel artists and they'll mix it with a beat. Patrick Topping does that. He also collabs a lot with Green Velvet, so I was really excited. I remember hearing Patrick Topping during the listen through, and I didn't hear Green Velvet, so I was like, oh crap, that sucks. But since Patrick Topping like works with Green Velvet, it's still gonna give me those vibes. Mr. Brooks, I believe Mr. Brooks is trans, and people have been recommending him to me. Like I said, I've been trying to like up my trance game, so I'm definitely gonna do that. Mala, Major Lazer are good picks. Vanessa. Sunday is really giving me the house vibes, guys. All the different types of house genres on Sunday, it's really coming through. Walker and Royce. I haven't seen them, but I love Walker and Royce, so definitely would be a moment to finally see Walker and Royce. Wax Motif. Wax Motif, guys. Wes. I just really hope that there's no conflicts. It would be nice if we all just kind of like meet up at Skylab, pop a squat, and then it's like back to back. And I'm hoping that Skylab and Cosmic Meadow are close together, because it sounds like to me, based off of the listen through, that Cosmic Meadow and Skylab kind of give me the most house vibes. So I'm hoping if they're close, I can just kind of jump back and forth between those. There are some good acts also at Kinetic, but I feel like Cosmic Meadow and Skylab are really coming through when it comes to the house vibes. So that is the lineup, me walking through it. So who should you see? I'm really lucky that I have such an awesome rave fam, and they each have different taste in music. We have a little bass, we have a little dub, we have trance, we have house, we have Dutch house, we have techno. So I'm gonna give you a little short list from each of those people around who they're excited to see, and hopefully it aligns with your music. So number 1, I would say is my girl Tammy, but she is all into the Dutch house. She says give her the horns. So that is gonna be our goal for the weekend. We're gonna give her some horns. Kashmir, Afrojack, back-to-back Rehab. 2 equals 1. We have NWYR, which is W&W's trance sound. So I didn't mention that, but W&W has like a trance alias. So they're gonna be playing at Quantum. So definitely gonna be checking that out. Yellow Claw. And then Sick Dope. Yeah, so obviously, she says. So that is some of her top picks. Oh yeah, and I forgot to mention Galantis and Martin Garrix are always on her list. So for my trance people, my friend James that lives out in Utah, our goal this year is to really make sure that we check out more trance and more techno. So here are our picks for Quantum and just for the trance fam. So Eli Bluestone, Andrew Bayer, Jason Ross, Abraxas, Gasape, Ali and Flila, Arty, and Cosmic Gate. And if I'm butchering some of these names, I know I am, so forgive me. All right. So for like my bass heads, this is for my girl Gabby. So Gabby is really into bass and dubstep. So for her, she's really excited about Knife Party, Mala, Zomboy. Those are gonna be like her top 3. So if you're really interested in that type of music, check them out. Those are just some of the people that I'm really interested in seeing. I'm so excited about this year. There's so much to unpack here. There's so much fun to be had. If there's someone that you were hoping to see that isn't on the lineup, don't get distressed. You're gonna have so much fun, and there's gonna be so much discovery that you know, you're gonna really be able to open up your horizons and experience some new music that you've never seen before. And that, I think, is the beauty in EDC. All right, thanks guys. So if you have any comments or if you have any questions, make sure you comment them below. But also, I want to know what your top picks are. I want to see all the people that you're interested in seeing. So please, please, please comment below on who you're excited about. And if you like this video, please hit the like button and make sure that you subscribe. And if you want to get notified when new videos upload, make sure that you click the bell. I'm so excited to share in this journey to EDC with you guys. I am so stoked for this year. I just have a good feeling about this year and what it has to offer us under the electric sky. I'll see you guys soon. Again, positive self, positive wealth. Bye guys.